The Sacred Duties of Citizenship: Building the Nation Together by Jason Peter. Published in 2023. First edition. Duty number 12. Branding. There is no stopping to globalization. Geopolitical rivalries and economic competition are becoming widespread. Countries are pressing for development. In the end, the world is witnessing astounding transition of cultures, economies, and politics. In the global village, relevance of countries has become development dependent. That is to say, if you are not developed, you have no global significance. To stay relevant or to get most out of the world, countries have turned to the business of actively branding themselves so as to attract investment. Branding has become key to scouting investment. Case of Romania and Switzerland. At the beginning of 1990s, Romania had a circlet of communists who wanted to maintain their grip on power. They attacked peaceful demonstrators, beat up civilians, and destroyed the headquarters of other democratic parties in the country. These actions damaged the public image of Romania. Down the stream of history, Romania decided to erect or paint a good image in the minds of international audiences. So they set their feet on a journey of branding their country to restore national image in the eyes of local and international community. In 1995, they ran a campaign called The Eternal and Fascinating Romania, aimed at attracting potential investors and tourists in 144 countries around the globe. The year 2000, they set another campaign which they called Made in Romania. This was targeted at Romania's consumer of all age groups. In 2004, the Romanian government's national branding campaign was called Romania Always Surprising. This was tailored to entice potential tourists 20 and 55 from Europe and United States, with a medium income informed, looking for new experiences, interested in culture and history. A blowing national branding campaign was Fabulous Spirit of 2006. It was aimed at finding what is typically Romanian, country's people, and their spiritual heritage, lifestyle, and personality. Between 2009 and 2010, Romania, the Land of Choice, was launched to attract potential tourists, especially from English-speaking countries, the US. Switzerland is yet another captivating example of a country that has been branding itself in the manner a bride adorning herself for the groom. In the nation branding program, the Swiss government identified 14 core values which fall into 3 broad categories: appearance, accomplishments, and values. Under appearance, Switzerland communicated their treasured resources, alpine habitat, the people, the Swiss flag, and the white, red, and white colors. The category of accomplishment embodied sustainability, security for the future, balance, self-determination, international hub, and efficiency. Their values are authenticity, trustworthy, self-respecting, curious, and refreshing. From the 2 countries and many others that have not been enlisted, like Germany, Britain, and the United States, we can see that branding a nation is essential for national development in the modern world. Thus, nation branding is a sacred duty of every citizen. On the African continent, I can firmly state that few countries have endeavored to consider branding as crucial. Most countries in Africa, just like Zambia, have specific areas in which they have branded themselves. Zambia has brilliantly branded itself in tourism sector. We are known outside the world for our amazing wildlife, water, and other natural resources. But this brand is half a loaf. Nation branding is holistic, is all-encompassing. Not even the 14 core values of the Swiss government are complete. Proper branding of a nation requires us to show our entire national image on both local and international stage, covering political, socio-economic, environmental, and cultural dimensions. Why branding a nation? In the business world, the core purpose of branding is to create a positive outlook of a business. A nation is great brand too. We brand or rebrand a nation to create a strong or powerful national image, which I will discuss in the next chapter. Romania and Switzerland are exceptional examples. It takes active governments and citizens to get down, write and execute nation branding programs. It takes active citizens to say good things about their own nations, places, values, and people wherever they are. The duty to brand Zambia is heavily carried by famous faces or celebrities, musicians, comedians, actors and actresses, journalists, politicians, and so on. These need to behave in a remarkable way. Bad public conduct from any of these people often stain the national brand. What we need to do? There is need for public diplomacy to linger in the minds of politicians, celebrities, famous personalities. Public diplomacy is said to mean a strategy of positively engaging, informing, and influencing local and key international audiences. Why brand Zambia? Branding gives a nation chance to raise stunning public image and reputation for the country. The international community appreciates a country that has a positive national image. But over the period of my studying this duty, one of the sobering findings I tapped was it is difficult to create a positive or strong national image. This is because creating a strong national image is dependent on behavior of citizens, especially famous faces. For likes on social media, people do anything. It's a .com age. But once a nation creates such a brand and strategically markets itself well at the global market, the brand becomes a source not only of investments but national pride and unity. At the age of a falling year 2022, I read somewhere that Zambia applies to host Africa Cup of Nations. My first question was not on whether or not we have the infrastructure. The biggest question on my mind was what is our national image in the minds of the international audiences? Have we branded Zambia as a home of choice? Have we said good things about ourselves, such as people who are friendly? Have we firmly shown to the world how we embrace diversity at home? How do people outside Zambia perceive us? What common values do we hold and do we share with the world at large? These and many others were the questions in my mind. This brought me to a subject of why it's important to erect a strong positive national image in the minds of international audiences via public diplomacy. Nation branding institutes a positive image to the world outside. If you erect an image of peaceful nation, you don't only become a hub of immigrants, but you inspire the world to do the same. The world begins to identify you as a land of or for fatal investments. People begin to trust your products and services even by the world outside. By taking the duty of national branding seriously, we can boost chances of attracting tourism, foreign direct investments, export base expanded. I believe this can be good for Zambia, or this needs us to be effective at public diplomacy. Places are made holy by men. This was a fantastic Romanian proverb I learned from the case study of Romania. National image. National image is everything in today's competitive world. Every country has a unique name and images attached to the name. Whether the image is good or bad, it depends on how the country brands itself. But unfortunately, these images exist in the minds of different audiences with or without any conscious effort of national branding. Some countries have good public images. Others have vague and ugly national images. I have found that nations that have made deliberate effort of branding and rebranding usually have strong or iconic symbols, signs, or images in the minds of international audiences. Communists under Ceausescu's Romania cultivated values of nationalism, where every school child had internalized the idealized view of Romania as the most beautiful country on earth, with a kind and most hospitable people, with rich language, an outstanding culture, and heroic ancestors. That is the image Romania erected in the minds of people. Stories like this reminds us that if we want to brand our nations, we have to rewrite the stories about our countries. This would give us an opportunity for more trade and commerce. In essence, investors' motivation to invest in Zambia may go up if Zambia is rebranded by its government and citizens. This process begins with every citizen of the Republic of Zambia with a phone or computer having access to a social media app: Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, etc. The writer Philippe Kotler and David Garner wrote, "A country's image results from its geography, history, proclamations, art and music, famous citizens, and other features. The entertainment industry and the media play a particularly important role in shaping people's perceptions of places, especially those viewed negatively. Not only are product categories such as perfumes, electronics, precision instruments, wines, cars, and software strongly identified with certain places, but so also are societal ills such as AIDS epidemics, political riots, civil rights violations, attacks on the environment, racial conflict, economic turmoil, poverty, and violence. This being true, it suffices to say that active citizenship must begin to post on social media good things about their countries. Understand that a country's image is a reflection of what is said about it.